And we are live here from Burges Football Stadium for what is due to be a good one in tonight's 600 ESPN El Paso's featured game of the week here on YouTube, here on ESPN 600. So we're excited. Burges Canutillo taking on a football Friday nights game that, well, it should be a great one here. Burges, Sebastian, Perez-Navarro, Alberto, Urueta with you guys here today. This is how it's going to go, guys. Burges 1-1, Canutillo 2-0. Canutillo hasn't been scored on. That's really the highlight of today, and what we're all keeping an eye on is whether or not Canutillo is going to get scored on. For me, the guys to watch on the Burges side, Luke Dexter Quinn, the running back, 21 receptions. And on the defensive side, they've got some dogs. 3 players with at least 10 tackles. Should be a good one here today. Watch out for Nico Hernandez, 2 sacks, 15 tackles. He's a dog. Sebastian, who should we watch for on that Canutillo side?
Frankly, on the Canutillo side, you got to watch for Matthew Gasca on the running game. 23 carries so far. Punch one into the end zone. Theodore TJ Lachlan last week with a pick 6 against the Montwood Rams. Put him up big time, 21-0 in the second quarter. Burges gets ready to kick off the start of district play. Both of these teams 5A Region 1, District 1. To get us kicked off, Isaiah Comaduran. The Burges Mustangs kicking off, the Canutillo Eagles receiving, and it's time for Football Friday Night 600. Out to the 30, pushing towards the 35-yard line, close to the 40. Mark him down around the 48-yard line.
So this one's well underway here. Canutillo is going to start with the ball. They've had 2 successful games back-to-back. They're 2-0. Scott Brooks, he runs a tight ship down there. That first game was a tight one against Pebble Hills, a 7-0 game. Like we've said, I've said it once again, I'll say it again, plenty of times by the end of this one.
Now, the Burges Mustangs have been a little bit 50-50 on the defensive side. The first game, gave up 40 points to Coronado, and then against Fabens, put up 53, only gave up against 12.
Yeah, the thing is, there's just a different level of play there between Fabens and Coronado. Coronado is rebuilt themselves from last year. They're extremely strong. They have Scott Straken, they have Ben Wilson, they also have Wes Stansberry. So they're an extremely loaded team. That's why they beat Burges 40-0 in this one. Set to take off here, number 9 under center for the Canutillo Eagles.
Gasca takes this snap, dropping back from the 40. Has some pressure, lobs it out, deep downfield, wide open man, off of the hands!
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Right off of his hands, he's gonna want that one back. That was in and out of his bread basket there. He's gonna be having nightmares tonight. Number 82, Tyron Lewis.
And those are the types of plays where Scott Brooks is really got to get on this Eagles team.
Yeah, he does. I mean, that one, you're not going to get that one back, and that one was a walk-in into the end zone. So definitely a mistake there, a miscue, an offensive miscue by Tyree Lewis.
Here's a stat to look out for. Canutillo, in first quarter this season, have scored 0 games. Rolling out to the left. Gasca has got some good yardage, makes a move, moves it past the 50, mark him around the 47. But it's a first down for the Canutillo Eagles. Gasca on the ground moves the chain. So far, 24 carries this season. Before that, runs 68 yards.
Yeah, it's a 13-yard carry there, gets the first down, gets the chains moving. That's exactly what you want on that offensive side. And this is how they're going to extend the game. They're just going to extend drives, put up points on you. And if you can't stop them, it's going to be a rough outing for you.
Out of the shotgun. Send 2 receivers out right, 2 to the left. Takes the snap, Gasca. He's going to hand it right up the gut, making a move. Past the 50, close to the 45, trucking all over the place. Give him some good yardage, move him past right at the 40. The carry to Rene Huerta so far this season, 103 yards.
Yeah, Rene Huerta, 28 carries, 108 yards I had him listed for. And he picks up 9 there, pretty much, or scratch, yeah, he picks up 8 there. Pretty much the entire first down is all gone now. So it's second and change, 2nd and 3 here. And Canutillo marching with the ball. The offense is working firing on all cylinders.
The 170-pound running back is showing his physical skills against the secondary. Hand it off to the 30, to the 20, down to the 10, going to go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Canutillo Eagles. Who else but Eduardo Lalo Carrillo?
Yeah, that's a beauty right there. Finds the holes, finds the space. It's hard to bring down. And he gets it done. Lalo Carrillo, he's an absolute dog on that Canutillo Eagles team. He plays all over the place. He's an athlete. He's got 1 touchdown on the ground, make that 2 here today, and 1 touchdown in the air. He's got 4 receptions for 43 yards, takes a 40-yarder there all the way to the house.
Fernie Lopez up to kick the extra point. He's 1 for 1 so far. 3 for 3 on extra point attempts. That one up and good. 7-0. Canutillo leads early. Just a great run game performance. Short, quick, to the point, Alberto.
Yeah, it gets the job done there, and you find spaces. Your run game is extremely efficient right now, and it gets the job done for you.
The Canutillo Eagles and Matthew Gasca, they really dominated the run game. Is that the key towards getting against this Burges Mustang defense, as it's the first points in the first quarter by the Eagles?
Yeah, I think that it's definitely the key moving forward for the Canutillo Eagles. You're able to put points up on the ground because your run game's unstoppable, and you're also able to run that clock down, which is what the Eagles want. And now the ball's right back in the Burges Mustangs' hands. They just kicked it off. Now they're about to receive. 10:32 left to play here in the first one. It's a lot of football left.
It's Eduardo Lado Carrillo's second touchdown of the year so far. Comes by the means of the ground through the dual threat. On to kick it off. The Mustangs awaiting to get their first shot at putting points up on the board. Taken in by the captain, Adrian Gomez. Making some moves, trying to cut through the right. Going to be marked down past the 20, but not exactly at the 25. Put him at the 23-yard line for Adrian Gomez.
So at the 23-yard line, Adrian Gomez brings that ball almost up to the 25. It's rare to see, touchbacks at the high school level. It's just harder to get a guy that can kick it all the way out of the end zone. Burges Mustangs now taking the field here, led by Marcus Sanchez and Luke Dexter Quinn. Number 9, the running back, Luke Dexter Quinn. He has 21 carries for 150 yards and a touchdown. Marcus Sanchez, 15 attempts on 25, 15 completions on 25 attempts. There seems to be a flag here on the Burgess side, I will say.
Before the snap even went off.
Or might be an issue with the play clock, that they're not getting it set at the right time. So it's currently stuck at 19, and I think that may be the issue here. It's just kind of a bit of confusion here for the Burgess Mustangs. Since that's now cleared up, it's 1st and 10 on their own 25. They marked it at the 25.
Here comes Marcus Sanchez, as you noted to, the class of 2026 representative. The Burgess Mustangs have not had a good showing in this rivalry. Lost the past 3 matchups. Give up the middle. The Eagles are just going to meet them dead. A loss of 1.
Yeah, there's no gain there. That front line for the Canutillo Eagles is extremely talented. They have 3 guys on there with at least a sack. They have guys like Ronnie Gonzalez. He has 7 tackles. They have guys like Zachary Zamora. He has 6 tackles. So these guys are definitely athletes up front. If they dominate the line of scrimmage, there's not much Burgess is going to be able to do.
2nd and 11. Luke Dexter Quinn in shotgun formation alongside Marcus Sanchez. 2 receivers on both sides. Sanchez takes the snap, looking left, throwing left, dangerous pass! Incomplete. The Canutillo Eagles and Jared Gamis Jr. able to get a hand on it.
Yeah, Jaden Bowser kind of plays the other side there. That pass was intended from Marcus Sanchez to Jaden Bowser. He just throws a really bad pass. The guy was not open at any point, and he throws right into the coverage. And so at that point, Jaden Bowser, he becomes kind of like more of a cornerback, and that's the point. He has to make the play, disrupt the pass, make sure that interception doesn't happen. So Burgess here on 3rd and 11.
The Mustangs have been averaging 7 points in each of their first quarters during these past 2 games. It's the 3rd straight game at home that the Burgess Mustangs play. They face 3rd down and 11. Sanchez in shotgun. Takes the snap, rolling out to the right. Gonna throw right, short and just a little too high.
Intended for Donovan Freeman there, who has 4 receptions for 34 yards on the year. Had a little too much on that one. Looked like a bullet pass. Donovan Freeman not able to put his hands on that one, and it just went right through his fully extended arms and hands. So that's a 3 and out there for the Burgess Mustangs. Not the start you want, especially after what Canutillo just did. Marched down the field, trotted down the field easily. Now they're about to receive the ball again. You only took about a minute off the play clock there.
Now let's consider this. The Canutillo Eagles have given up 0 points throughout their past 2 games. The Burgess Mustangs, playing in front of a home crowd, have been shut out and dominated the game so far. So the crowd is a little weary, especially with a good defense beside you. What are you telling your players?
That's a hard one. It's hard to play when your team plays on both sides. The returner here finds the 40, finds the 30.
To the 20.
finds the 20.
Eduardo Lalo Carrillo. Can he get his third touchdown of the season? No, just rolling over inside of the 10. Mark him down near the 8. Domination by the name of Eduardo Lalo Carrillo.
Lalo Carrillo finds a hole there, finds some space, almost finds the end zone there. Looks like he almost fumbled at the 10-yard line. Fortunately, he's able to keep his hands on it.
He's just been a dual threat throughout all aspects of the ball. When it comes to receptions, he has 4 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown. In the running game, he already has 2 touchdowns. Has absolutely been dominating so far. And it's been known since he's been widely recognized throughout the city.
Yeah, people know around the city, or especially in the football circles, what he's capable of doing to you on both sides of the ball. Canutillo Eagles here lined up.
Right at the 10. Gasca out of the shotgun.
René Huerta with the handoff.
Gonna hand it off. Huerta into the end zone. Touchdown. Canutillo Eagles. Back to back. 13-0. René Huerta, his first touchdown of the season, comes inside of Mustang Stadium. Couldn't be any sweeter than the first district game.
Not at all. I mean, put you up 14-0 here on the Burges Mustangs. You're dominating through the ground. Eddie Lalo Carrillo works your way up, all the way up to the 10-yard line, and then from there, you take care of the rest.
Fernie Lopez has been perfect for extra points this season and knocks this one through. 14-0 Canutillo Eagles lead. You're watching 600 ESPN El Paso's featured Game of the Week. I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro alongside with Alberto Urueta inside of Mustang Stadium. A total capacity of over 6,500. Yet, the stadium not that full. The Mustangs have been a lot of on and off tonight.
No, these schools, you see them, especially here in El Paso, will have stadiums that are huge, can fit sometimes several thousand, but very rarely will you see it filled up for a football Friday nights. Even when the visiting team does a good job of filling up their side of the stadium, it's just really hard to get, at least 1,000 people here. That's extremely difficult, especially when you can't get a good base of students out. I know that's extremely difficult. So Burgess up big, down 14 already, 9:14 left to play in the first quarter still.
The last time these two teams played, it was a shutout. Canutillo dominated that game 28-0. It was in this very stadium. Now, the Burgess Mustangs are trying to rewrite the narrative just a little bit. The closest that they got to beating the Eagles was in the 2021 season, where Burgess came back down 29-7 in the third quarter. However, only were able to reach the 22-point mark. Received, pushing to the 40. That ball did not go loose. The reception made by Nesjol Cisneros.
Nesjol Cisneros. He's also kind of like their quarterback, their running back. He plays a lot of roles on this Burgess team. He can do it all, and I've seen them. They do throw the ball with him from time to time. Although he hasn't been particularly successful, so they do stick with Marcus Sanchez. And so you're down 14-0, 9:09 to play in the first quarter. You get your ball back at your own 40-yard line. Let's see what Burgess summons up here. They need to get something going on offense. They have -1 yards of offense according to my calculations.
Sanchez this year, 185 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. Out of the shotgun.
Looking to pass.
Looking left. The one you talked about, Cisneros, but out of the hands.
Yeah, hits him right in one of the hands, not on both of them. So it was kind of a little make a play on that one. And now second down here with 9:05 to go for Burgess in the first quarter. That's really the difficulty of running and throwing. It's clock goes down quicker. But when you throw it and you throw it unsuccessfully, you stop the clock, you put your defense in a difficult predicament.
8:59 in the first quarter. Man in motion. Out of the shotgun again, give it off to Luke Dexter Quinn. Finds a hole, moving close to the 50. However, the Eagles are going to drag him down. None other than Theodore T.J. Laughlin.
It'll be interesting to see how much they give him, because it looked like at the yard of gain. So when he has his full momentum, he picked up about 8 yards. So it looks like they will give it to him. They'll give him full 9 yards there for Luke Dexter Quinn on second down. That turns it to 3rd and 1, 3rd and short, 3rd and inches. Call it what you want, but you can't call it a first down. Burgess still with the ball here on their own side of the field.
He's averaging 75 yards per game, leads the Burgess Mustangs in rushing yards per game. 3rd and 1. They go shotgun formation. Surprisingly enough, they're going to hand it up the gun on the draw play. Not many yards, but it's enough to move him past the 50 for a Mustang first down. Well, last time 3 and out, this time able to move the chains for the first time tonight.
Yeah, they're lucky to do so, and they need to get Luke Dexter Quinn going. He's your star running back, your featured running back. He's the only one that's going to be able to help you out, be able to extend your plays. If you don't get him going, if you don't dominate the trenches, give him some spaces to run through, it's going to be a hard and long game out here at the Burges Football Stadium.
The 5'7" running back, 155 pounds, showing guts and heart tonight. The Mustangs have just been playing out of the shotgun this entire game. First down inside Eagle territory for the first time tonight. The screen pass, work start, moves past TJ Laughlin. It's going to go to the 40-yard line. Complete pass made to Ibrahim Taha.
I believe that was number 13. That was actually Jaden Bowser. Jaden Bowser, number 13, gets about 7 on that one, right? Yeah, they're going to go with 2nd and 3 here, making it a 7-yard reception there. Finally able to get his hands on a receiver, get the ball to a receiver there by Marcus Sanchez, finds a 7-yard reception there to set up 2nd and 3rd.
Some trips out left. They send Ibrahim Taha in motion. Hand it up, the drop play, this time it's gonna go nowhere. Theodore TJ Laughlin is there to eat up Luke Dexter Quinn to move him back and make it 3rd and long.
That's what I was mentioning, is Canutillo is clearly dominating the trenches, right? And it's just hard to get your offense rolling, hard to get your run game going. And now what was once a 2nd and 3 is now turned into a 3rd and 8. So 3rd and big, 3rd and long.
6 minutes, 40 seconds to go on 3rd and 8. The Burges Mustangs inside the Eagles' 45-yard line. Trips out left once again. The reoccurring trend out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it up to Luke Dexter Quinn. A questionable play, and the Eagles just snip it out. Absolutely nowhere to go for Luke Dexter Quinn.
Yeah, it's the domination of the line of scrimmage. It's really not working in favor of the Burges Mustangs here. Now it's 4th and 8. You got to punt. You got rolling there. You get what, 13 yards there on one drive, on one first down from Luke Dexter Quinn. Then they work you all the way back. So you kind of got your offense rolling. You still have a lot of work to do. And the bad part is you're going to kick to a team that on offense is rolling on all cylinders. And you've yet to find a way to stop them.
Now, you can't blame Burges for running it on that play, because so far they've been averaging a total of 160 yards per game through the ground. So the coach decided, let's put it in the hands of Luke Dexter, and it just didn't work out this time. But again, Canutillo has done a great job at shutting down the Burges Mustangs where it's been working, the ground.
Yeah, that's where they're going to get their bread and butter on both sides, right? Both sides just want to run and turn the ball. It's going to be difficult for the Burges Mustangs. Number 14, Luke Craig, punts that one. He also doubles as a wide receiver. Punts that one, and it exits at the 20-yard line. So you don't necessarily pin them in their own end zone as you could have with the ball, past the 50. The Burges Mustangs had the ball within the Canutillo Eagles' own 50, not able to get a punt within their own 10-yard line of the Canutillo Eagles, and now Eagles back on offense.
Definitely not as bad of a punt as last time. The Eagles down at their own 20-yard line on 1st down and 10. Gasca takes the snap, looks, throws to Eduardo Lalo Carrillo on the screen play. And the Burgess Mustangs are just going to eat him up, 2nd down and long.
A gain of about, I want to say, 3 yards there by Lalo Carrillo. The things like that is he can make a man miss at any time and extend that play for more than just 3 to 5 yards like we saw on that one. They credit him with 5. It looked like a little less, but they'll give him the full 5. So now 2nd and 5 here. Wouldn't be surprised if they just hand the ball off to Lalo Carrillo once again.
2nd down and 5. 5 minutes to play. Canutillo up 14-0. Movement at the line, no flags. Handed up the gut. Down on the ground. Minimal gain for Rene Huerta.
Looks like that'll be enough for the first down. Nope,
they'll move him just short.
3rd to 1. 3rd and 1.
You usually see referees, especially in high school, be a little bit generous with those types of plays, but this time put the foot down, a little strict for Huerta.
One right, but give him just 4. 3rd and 1. So 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter.
They won't go under center. 4:20 to go. The Eagles face 3rd and 1. Man in motion, that's Lalo Carrillo. Handed up to Huerta, makes a move. A man miss. Past the first down marker, and to the 39 he goes for the Eagle. First down.
Yeah, Rene Huerta picking up some steam right now. That carry. And like I said, just Canutillo is doing what is working for them, which is just running the ball right down your throat until you stop them. That hasn't happened yet.
One thing that we need to highlight is Huerta's power. At 5'7", 170 pounds, he's been powerful, trucking people everywhere tonight.
Yeah, I'm 5'7", and I sit at, I think, 140, so he's got 30 pounds on me. He receives this one, hit in the backfield, and tackled for a loss there.
Absolutely nothing.
Tackled for a loss there by number 11, Ibrahim Taha. Also, he plays strong safety and wide receiver for the Burges Mustangs. Michael Gasquet going over to his sideline to get some instruction from his head coach. And now a 2nd and 16 after a tackle for a loss there by Ibrahim Taha. Great position here for the Burges Mustangs. They need to come up with a couple stops.
Fernando Luna knows the history behind this rivalry tonight. Have lost the past 3 games. Gasca drops back, looking around, gonna dance in the pocket, move forward. And while it's able to make it 3rd down and shorter, still not able to get to the original line of scrimmage. Mark him before the 40, around the 38-yard line, makes it 3rd down and 12.
Pick up a 4 yards there by Michael Gasca. Makes it, yeah, like you said, 3rd and 12, 3rd and long here. When they're going to throw it, who do you think they're going to target here? In my opinion, it's probably Eddie Lalo Carrillo. That's hands down your best receiver.
He has been powerful tonight, already with a touchdown. Gasca will go out of the shotgun on 3rd down and long.
Big
Stepping
pass.
up, here comes the pressure. Pass down the field. The last time that they did it, just out of the hands, but this time too far for Eduardo Lalo Carrillo.
Yeah, he was hitting the guy, just the guy I said, Eddie Lalo Carrillo. He was, if you would have hit him in stride, that'd be a touchdown. He was right open. He had a step on his cornerback. He had a step on the safety. He could have easily torched them. The thing is, Michael Gasca just doesn't find his receiver there. He's going to want that one back.
A total of 86 passing yards per game. The Canutillo Eagles really haven't passed much. In total, 11 out of 24 completed passes before going into tonight. However, it seems as though Scott Brooks is looking to attack through the air.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to move the ball efficiently. Now you're punting. The thing is, it's funner when you can complete a couple passes. It looks better as a fumble here.
Almost muffed it.
Almost muffed that punt there on the Burgess Mustang side. That would have been disastrous as Canutillo would have gotten the ball on their own end zone. That's number 13, Jaden Bowser for the Burgess Mustangs, returning punts as well. Also a wide receiver for them. And now Burgess Mustangs with the ball on their own 24-yard line.
They've struggled all night. Do they keep going through the ground, or do they maybe want to take a couple of shots through the air?
Well, you need to get Luke Dexter Quinn going, so I'd establish the run first. I'd try to get a first down, give yourself a little bit more room. The thing is, you need to have pass protection down, and I think that right now the trenches are being dominated by Canutillo, and what does that mean? Is it's hard for the Burgess Mustangs to throw the ball as their protection is breaking down.
They can run, but it's been a variety. The running game very volatile so far tonight. Either dominant or stopped by the Eagles. Whistle blows, timeout taken. Burgess.
Timeout Burgess. Doesn't look like they liked what they saw there.
First timeout of tonight. Fernando Luna. Having to talk out a little bit formation. They've been playing out of the shotgun all night, Alberto. When do you switch it up a little bit?
I don't think you will. I think that the domination that we've seen by the front line of Canutillo doesn't really allow for you to play under center because it just involves more risk under centers. There could be an exchange, a fumble in the exchange. There could just be a complete breakdown in protection, and now your quarterback's being blown up from close range. So I don't think that's what they're going to look to do. I think they're going to continue to run out of the shotgun until they can get something going.
Fernando Luna knows that this team can score. They put up 53 points at home, but now you've got a more formidable defense in Canu.
Yes, but the key that you're forgetting is you're not comparing the two teams. So you're comparing just you're just comparing Burgess to Canutillo. Burgess put a 53 on Fabens. You can't compare Fabens to this Canutillo Eagles defense, and that's the difference maker right now. that's the problem. Is you don't have the same dominance that you have against the Fabians Wildcats.
Man in
as they
motion,
hand
handed
us
up to middle. Luke Dexter Quinn, absolutely nothing. You raise an interesting point, and it leads into talking about the power rankings. Obviously, in our preview, we talked about how the Canutillo Eagles on Max Preps are ranked #1 in the city. Yet, with so many high school teams, so many media outlets, there's a lot of differentiating opinions. Do you think tonight the Canutillo Eagles can make it known that they are #1 in the city, or do you think other polls are going to play a factor?
No, I think that the week schedule of high school football here in El Paso for this week really allows them to use this week as a stepping stool into that best team in the city namesake, right? So if they have a good performance here, I think that'll be definitely their title. As
Throwing Sanchez gets it. Okay yardage for Taha. It's going to make it 3rd down and 4 from the 30.
Ibrahim Taha there with the great reception, first one of the night.
Before this game, 8 receptions, 87 yards, has found the touchdown once.
I call that a reception of 6 yards.
If there's any time to start gaining some momentum, it has to be now. 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, but unfortunately is can you hand the ball off here to Luke Dexter Quinn for a 5-yard pickup?
They tried it before, it didn't work. Out of the shotgun again they go. 1 minute, 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Sanchez taking his time, gets the ball released with 12 seconds on the play clock. Running out right, he's gonna get absolutely eaten up. The Canutillo Eagles are there to take down the junior quarterback.
Not the way you want to end that drive, and Canutillo is just making me look like a genius as they're dominating that front line. And bear with us, folks. We got a little issues, but we're coming back now.
It seems as though Zachary Zamora was able to get on that sack in the first place, got a bit of it. 6 tackles before entering this game, 2 hurries, 3rd of the year.
Yeah, that one was a full-on sack, so what does that move Zamora to if he's got a full-on sack? Let me check. Zachary Zamora, 6 tackles, first sack of the season.
The punt is off. Eduardo Carrillo returning, gets it off the bounds. Oh, he's playing basketball at this point. To the 30, down to the 20. Eduardo Carrillo once again sets up the Eagles in perfect field position.
So now you're at the 15-yard line. Another great return there by Eddie Lalo Carrillo, who's just running all over the 4 Burges Mustangs. Puts you in a great position to score once again. Not what you wanted there if you're a Burges Mustangs fan.
He has been dominating, definitely can be highlighted as one of the perennial players this week. To find out who the player of the week is, you can go to 600 ESPN El Paso's Football Friday Night Show. Streaming live after Chihuahua's baseball. Hear it on the app or on your radios.
Yeah, that one.
1st down and 10 to go.
Hosted by Paul McKinnon and Bo Bagley on 600 ESPN El Paso following the Chihuahuas game. 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. Canutillo Eagles with the ball.
At the 15, handed up the gut, taking it out to the left, finding a crease to the end zone. Once again, the Canutillo Eagles dominating through the ground. Put it to Shai Alba, his first touchdown of the year.
First touchdown of the year for Shai Alba. Man, what a way to open up your season here on the 3rd game of the year. That makes it 21-0. Shai Alba with the 15-yard touchdown run. Kind of really putting things out of reach here as we just enter the 2nd quarter.
Perfect so far from point after touchdown attempts, and to make it 21-0. The kick is up. The kick is good. A great special teams outing by Fernie Lopez has made 3 of his 3 extra point kicks and puts the Eagles up 21-0 at the start of the 2nd quarter. You're watching 600 ESPN El Paso. I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro. Next to me is Alberto Urueta. This defense absolutely dominating, and the offensive side of the ball is definitely helping, to say the least.
Yeah, and I think that one thing you haven't mentioned, and it's really played a part in all of the scores here for Canutillo, is the special teams. Canutillo has been absolutely eating the Burges Mustangs lunch on special teams, getting huge gains by Eddie Lalo Carrillo on the last 2 scores to set you up. Gimmicks, they're gimmicks, because you're in the inside, you're in your own 10-yard line, and that's a gimmick. That's a
Are you guys for 600? Yes. Tell Cappy we're friends says hi.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we just got a slight interruption. Thought we were in trouble, folks. We definitely got a little scared there. But yeah, I mean, Eddie Lalo Carrillo is able to set his team up. He's able to have great runs on special teams, and Burges not able to respond to that. You set your team up inside their own 10, 15, And this game's quickly getting out of hand here for the Burgess Mustangs.
21-0. Top of the second with 12 minutes to play. It's been a trend throughout the entire rivalry history. This rivalry dates back to even before the Burgess Mustangs joining District 5A2 Region 1 District 1. The first time they played in 2021 in a non-district setting. Disappointingly for the Burgess Mustangs, that was the closest that they got to beating this formidable Eagles team. Jukes being made, bouncing off a defender, and going past the 40. The refs will give it to him at the 41-yard line. A solid return for Nazahul Cisneros. But frankly, after the Burgess Mustangs joined 5A2 Region 1 District 1, it's been pure disappointment. In total, the Burgess Mustangs have put up 0 points against the Canutillo Eagles the past 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, this Canutillo Eagles team is having arguably what one could consider, you know, a golden generation here in football, and that's the reason Coach Scott Brooks hasn't retired. You know, he talked to Paul McKinnon from 600 ESPN El Paso, and he told him very blatantly, I plan on retiring with these guys like Eddie Lalo Carrillo, because they really surprised me what they did. This was a conversation that Paul had with him, I want to say 2 years ago. So Scott Brooks really loves this generation of football players that he has with him on this Canutillo Eagles team, and it's for a reason, because they're dominating these football programs left and right here in the city, as it looks like we've lost our scoreboard here at the Burgess Mustang football stadium, as we'll try to keep ourselves
a little bit of a power outage. We come back 11:53 in the second quarter, 21-0. The Canutillo Eagles on top. You spoke on it, let's extend on it. The Canutillo Eagles, possibly the most historic team here in El Paso football. They were the first team to make it all the way to the UIL semifinals in 2013. In 2014, in 2013, and in 22, they made it all the way to their respective divisions, Sweet 16. Last year, made it to area, and by their standards, could do a little bit better. The screen pass goes to the 45-yard line.
So a 4-yard pickup there by Tyree Lewis there for the Burgess Mustangs. Call that a 5-yard pickup there.
So far with 39 yards this season, make it 44 total.
So Tyree Lewis gets a good gain there. And I kind of really have to disagree with what you said about the football program of Canutillo. They're not the best program in El Paso history. It's a title that they don't deserve yet. They just haven't been around long enough.
Second and medium for the Burgess Mustangs. Target line's the 50. 21-0, 11 minutes, 43 seconds to go. Fake it, looking, throwing, screen pass, nowhere to go.
Call that a loss of 4 there.
Theodore Lachlan. Now, Alberto, let's get into our little debate, because I definitely want to talk about this. The first team to make it to the UIL semifinals, it's not something to grimace at, and you have to put their name in the history books for even achieving such a feat.
Yeah, the thing is, and this is something I don't think you're going to grasp right away, is there's programs that with other sports and in football just have so much more history. You know, El Paso's been around since the early 1900s.
Now, we're talking about football, though.
Yes, but in my opinion, I think that the accomplishments of other sports and in tandem with the accomplishments of alumni from certain schools put that past what Canutillo has done. Canutillo is a relatively new school.
Third
I
and
still
long.
remember when it
Dropping
got built.
back, Sanchez looking, throwing straight down the middle, completes it to the 20, all the way down close to the 15-yard line. Pass complete for the Burgess Mustangs. Credited to Jaden Bowser, terrorizing the field just like Bowser terrorizes Mario.
A 45-yard pickup there by Jaden Bowser, number 13, like you said, and now the Burgess Mustangs kind of in Canutillo territory. They can score with the football here. That would be great. 10:41 left to play in the second quarter.
Their best drive so far. Finally able to move the ball down the field. Bernardo Luna has to be loving that.
Yeah, I think it doesn't get you even necessarily, right? It's 21-0 as it looks like the Burgess Mustangs called for a timeout here, their second one of the half.
Already spending 2, but not even under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think that they've had a rough outing. That first quarter was difficult for them. The Canutillo Eagles ran all over them, and special teams all over them. I don't know what you want to call that, but yeah, they need to get themselves figured. They don't want to get themselves in a bigger hole. And you got to remember that this defense by the Canutillo Eagles is a ball hawk. Lalo Carrillo, he's picked game-winning interceptions right out of the hands of receivers. It's not what you want. So you need to be careful here. You need to set the right play. You can't have any missed opportunities here. because you have been able to work your way into their end zone, and now's your golden chance.
They don't have an easy task. Quarterback Marcus Sanchez is having to work against what was Dave Campbell's Week 2 Defensive Coordinator of the Year in Jonathan Porras. Credit him because they've been dominated. We talked about it before the game even started. We talked about it yesterday. The Canutillo Eagles have given up 0 points throughout 2 games entirely, and those 2 games have been against 6A opponents. When considering that level of schedule difficulty, where do you have to rank it or think about it when it comes to the entire in the entire context of El Paso football this year alone?
Looks like we have a flag here. I'm not too sure on who there. But yeah, no, Canutillo Eagles, they've definitely had one of the harder schedules. It'll be interesting to see when they leave the city to play, hopefully, an out-of-town opponent. So, yeah, Canutillo's had one of the more difficult schedules. Unfortunately for them, though, is you can make the argument are the Canutillo Eagles particularly strong, or did they just play a weak Pebble Hills and a weak Montenwood team? Now, remind you, they only put up 7 against that Pebble Hills team. So they have a lot to work on, and they have a lot to strive for, as there's still a lot to play here. The season is still young.
Still talking over with the Burges sidelines, our head referees of the night. It's a clock issue needing to be adjusted. The second one of the night.
Looks like they're having issues with the clock.
It's a normal thing to go, especially with the age of the scoreboard.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a brand new one. I know there's a couple high schools around El Paso that already have scoreboards, or forgive me, not scoreboards, jumbotrons at the high school football level.
Use that classic language, Alberto.
Yeah, it's classic. Yeah.
No flag on the play, only a time issue. It's first down and 10 for the Burgess Mustangs. Given alive as the sun sets. Hand it off. Luke Dexter Quinn. Gonna go nowhere. Jared Gomez, the second time we called the junior's name tonight.
Yeah, you could call that a gain of 1, maybe 2 if you're lucky. They want to get this one through the ground. It's just difficult when Canutillo dominates the trenches like they do.
49 tackles per game. You talked about how Canutillo's win against Pebble Hills was only 7-0. Yet last year, they lost to the 6A team, who a year prior made it all the way to an area championship. Nonetheless, it has to be impressive that Canutillo is not only contesting against 6A schools, but beating them too.
Well, Canutillo, they have
Sanchez
the caliber
takes the
to
snap.
be a 6A school.
Looking out right.
Wow.
Gonna toss it. Funky looking pass. Gonna go past the 10. What a risk, but completes it. Down to Ibrahim Taka.
Marcus Sanchez, he broke out the shovel pass there. Man, that was a beauty, and I didn't expect to see it coming here.
Could we call it
it's
shovel?
risky.
Could we even call it shovel? Was over the head. He was just tossing it to
They
it.
call it the dump off, but yeah, I mean, I'm really curious as to what they'll call that. Is that a run or a pass? I think they're going to call it a run.
Interesting point. I personally, if you're calling it a shovel pass, that's got to be a pass. Either way, it makes it third down and short. Burgess threatening. Looking over to Coach Luna. Sanchez takes the snap. High snap. Dangerous at that. Here come the Eagles. Sanchez dropping out to the left. He's going to run with this one. Makes some moves and made something out of nothing, especially from the threatening pressure coming from the Eagles' front line.
And so look,
Credit the hurry to Ronnie Gonzalez.
Marcus Sanchez able to get that one down there. Get that one. I thought he was going to take it to the house.
Credit the junior for his poise. Ronnie Gonzalez got city recognition last week. Had a pick 6. Helped to get a pick 6 with a hurry. Earned the Canutillo Eagles the sweet play of the week, meaning the entire team got cupcakes. Sanchez out of the shotgun. Faking it, gonna run it again. It worked once, but this time taken down hard. Obviously, it's a lot of power going into Sanchez. If you're Coach Luna, do you really want to keep running it with the junior?
No, Marcus Sanchez is not a run-oriented quarterback. This is not what you see from most modern quarterbacks. I'll read off the stats of Marcus Sanchez running the ball prior to this game. He had 3 carries for -3 yards. I'll let you be the judge. You want him carrying the ball for you? No, you want Luke Dexter Quinn, who you've given all your carries to and who's your power back. You want him to have the ball so he can work through these tackles as Marcus Sanchez has not been able to.
Second down from the 7. Sends trips out right. Sanchez in shotgun formation, gonna take the snap, looking left, now looking right, nowhere to go, dancing around in the pocket, here comes pressure, moving back, can he have a Russell Wilson moment? Well, kind of, he's gonna run it himself, makes a juke, and is gonna be stopped. He gave me flashbacks to the NFC Championship back in 2014.
Yeah, it doesn't have the speed to find the end zone there, and he gets caught up there by the Canutillo Eagles. I'll call it a gain of about 2. It brings up 3rd down and goal here for the Burges Mustangs. They're outside of their own 5-yard line. Or
Zachary Zamora has gotten on in his 3rd hurry of the year before coming into tonight, has had 2 hurries, 6 total tackles. The 6-foot, 200-pound defensive tackle. It's a scary combination that the Eagles have, both with Gonzalez and Zamora.
Yeah, that line up front and their middle linebackers, the linebacker room for the Canutillo Eagles, it's a strong one as the Burgess Mustangs, I think, if I'm not mistaken, called another timeout here. And I'll kind of read off some of the linebacker stats for the Canutillo Eagles. Jose Arzola has 11 tackles on the year. Outside linebacker Teddy Laughlin has 2.5 sacks on the year. And so, yeah, I mean, their linebacker room is talented. The defensive line room is talented. Zamora has 6 tackles. He got a sack today. The defensive end, Ronnie Gonzalez, he has 7 tackles. And so they're very good, and they've been able to win lots of games, shut opponents out because of the strength of that defense. So now,
coming back onto the field, you noted to it. But this time, the Burgess Mustangs have had a good sustained drive, knocking some minutes off the clock. However, could do a better job because we still got 10 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, so they got the ball on what looks like to be their own, 5-yard line?
Mark it at the 5.
Mark it at the 5 and
30.
third and goal.
3rd and goal, exactly. Tight formation for the Mustangs. Someone looks to be 2 receivers out left. None to the right. Shotgun formation. Eagles bunched up at the line. Send them in motion. They're going to run it with Sanchez. Sanchez gets some blocks, tosses it out. This time, the shovel pass ain't going to work to Luke Dexter Quinn. Marking for a loss. Is this 4th down territory?
Marcus Sanchez with the RPO, the run pass option there, but executes it extremely, how do I want to describe that?
Poorly.
Not only poorly, it's just under duress, and also risks putting the ball on the hands of the other team. So just not the best throw there. It's probably 3 receivers on number 11 there. Number 11, Ibrahim Taha. So yeah, that RPO there, that was gonna have me scratching my head. It just didn't make sense. Yeah, they're going to try to put some points up on the board here.
Luke Craig, not officially listed as the kicker, however, he was warming up, kicked in 2 field goals in warm-ups.
Yeah, this one's about, like we said, from the 10-yard line.
And 4th down. To get the first points against the Eagles in 2 years. The kick is up. It barely squeaks through. But just like that, the Mustangs get in their first points in the Canutillo versus Burgess rivalry. 21-3. Burgess finally able to get on the board. You're watching 600 ESPN El Paso. Next to me, Alberto Urueta. I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro.
Yeah, it's really weird. The first 3 points there scored on the Canutillo Eagles just happened to be a field goal there. And you know what? The Burgess Mustangs, they deserve that one. That 45-yard reception there by Jaden Bowser that sets up that field goal.
But they weren't able to do anything.
It's exciting. 3 is better than nothing, though. And I think that the level and caliber of this defense from Canutillo, it's extremely suffocating and it's extremely difficult to put up points. Better teams than this Burgess team have been shut out. So they're lucky to be putting up 3 points right now.
I'm going to contest you on this one right now. That was Bernardo Luna's chance to make a statement. It's the first district game. It's 4th down and goal. Go for it and take a gamble once, because it's 21-3. You're not really cutting into the lead with 5 minutes 45 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter.
Look, a squib kick here. The Canutillo Eagles, number 10 for the Eagles. He reserves it at the 30, and it looks like he'll be brought down
to the 40. Not going to be brought down yet. Finally down the 38-yard line.
And I'll flip the coin there. You got the ball at the 10-yard line. You go for it on 4th down. You miss it. Canutillo Eagles, they get the ball back and they run the ball 90 yards down your throat, and now you're in double trouble. How does that sound? That sounds even worse, right?
Double trouble makes you want to get a double-double. Yeah, you're talking about double trouble, though. think about this. How much are you really cutting Canutillo's momentum? Because at the end of the day, you're saying, wow, we gave up over 40-yard pass, and only a field goal came out of it. You're still feeling hot if you're the Eagles.
Yeah, you're still feeling hot, and I think that, in my opinion, it's out of the Burges' hands here. I don't think they can slow the roll of the Canutillo Eagles anymore, as they've done a phenomenal job of getting themselves going on offense.
Out of the shotgun, Gasca gonna roll out. Take a little bit out of the playbook from the Burgess Mustangs. Gasca is gonna move this one 11 yards. More than that, mark him, 13 yards past the 50, before the 45, put him at the 47. The dual threat quarterback. Here's something to look at Gasca though, that we didn't mention during the pregame. 2 fumbles on the ground this year.
Yeah, he's been getting hit extremely hard, and I know why he's fumbled the ball twice. I saw it earlier in this game. I was going to bring it up, and I wasn't able to. Is he doesn't have the best ball security when he's running the ball. You see him kind of have it just held, kind of palmed in his hand, and you'll be lifting it up and down. Doesn't have it tucked as he is
handed
brought
off
down
to
for
Gasca.
a loss here.
Brought down, the refs are generous with that one. Mark him down at the 50. Only a loss of 3. Gasca has been the leader for total yards for Canutillo, averaging 120. The all-around number 1 spot. But that run no good. Sets up 2nd down and long for the Canutillo Eagles.
He leads the Eagles in yards because he has 170 yards coming into this game in the air and 68 yards on the ground. So he does gives you options on both sides. So that's why he's dominated the offensive stat sheet for the Canutillo Eagles as they face 2nd and 10 here.
4 minutes, 27 seconds to go. Gasca takes the snap, looking out, absolutely nothing. The first sack for the Burgess Mustangs, credited to Davis Sanchez, his 2nd sack of the year.
Defensive tackle, the nose tackle right there for the Burgess Mustangs, gets the sack there, stops the momentum for the Canutillo Eagles, and you really have to like how this is going now. It's 4:12 left in the 2nd quarter, and it's 3rd and long. I want to call it, a 3rd and 20 at least.
It's 3rd and a mile.
Yeah, it feels like it for the Burgess Mustangs. And, I mean, for the Canutillo Eagles, Burgess Mustangs able to stop their roll. It'll be interesting to see what they do when they receive the ball.
3 minutes, 55 seconds to work with. The Canutillo Eagles got the ball first, meaning that Burgess will receive at the top of the 3rd. But definitely, if they want to mount a comeback, it starts now. Gasca, alone in the pocket, what feels like the first time. Throws it out right. Heavily contested ball. Absolutely overthrown. Pass intended. All the way for his intended receiver. However, just slightly overthrown.
Yeah, number 14 there for the Canutillo Eagles, Antonio Piquinto. Not able to get his hands on that one. That ball wasn't really anywhere near him. That'll bring up 4th down here.
He's labeled
for
as a
the
special
Eagles.
back. No receptions left. Playing both on the defensive and offensive sides. If anything, that was his first chance to put up some stats this year.
Yeah, that was a golden opportunity there. The thing is, the pass wasn't really to an open receiver, so don't knock Antonio there for that one. Number 82, I believe. Or no, number 14 there for the Canutillo Eagles, as they punt it here to the Burgess Mustangs. Ooh,
High
a muff punt.
Let's check it. Ooh, gonna take a bounce. No muff.
Favorable
the Burgess
bounce.
Mustangs are gonna let this one roll, and for the Eagles, they probably should not stop it. The Mustangs, on the other hand, didn't pick it up soon enough.
Favorable bounce there for the Canutillo Eagles. Rolls all the way to the what? I want to call it the 17, 15-yard line?
Mark him exactly.
Oh, wow, they'll mark it down near the 30-yard line. I can't believe it. The
Wow.
ball rolled down
That's-
near the 15-yard line. They're marking it at the 29-yard line
That's
here.
generous.
Wow.
We saw it last week in 600 ESPN El Paso's Game of the Week. We saw that the refs are very generous at Franklin. The trend continues tonight, but that one took a bounce.
Yeah, very rarely will you see just low-quality refs here in El Paso, but that wasn't the best call. We'll see what comes of it.
Cover 2
Marcus
for the
Sanchez
Canutillo
takes
Eagles.
it
Marcus
for a
Sanchez goes
loss.
nowhere. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. The Burgess Mustangs out of timeouts. The Canutillo Eagles have used absolutely none tonight at the grassland of West Texans, the home of the Burgess Mustangs.
Yeah, the Canutillo Eagles just haven't really felt pressured enough to have to use their timeouts, so they still have all of theirs, and they're up 21-3 here with just 2:57 left in this half.
2nd down and 10. They're going to let the clock roll.
Yeah, if you're the Burgess Mustangs, I know you're not looking to to extend the length of this game any more than it already is.
Shotgun formation for Burgess. Sanchez drops back alone in the pocket. Here comes pressure from Gonzalez. Looking, throwing, Carrillo's direction. INT. Gonna take this one back to the 40. Flying all the way to the 50. Eduardo Carrillo is going to push through down to the 45-yard line. And what seemed like a punt turned out to be the best solution for the Canutillo Eagles to gain their momentum right back. INT, credit the senior.
Yeah, Marcus Sanchez, I really don't know where he was going with that one. There wasn't really even an open look there from his receivers, and now you just throw it up for Lalo Carrillo to go over there and field the punt.
Second interception of the night, a dual threat. Frankly, you've got to consider him for tonight's Player of the Week. Out of the shotgun. Now Canutillo finds themselves with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to work with. 21-3 is the score. At the 45-yard line, handed up to Huerta. Down the middle, going to be cut from under the knees. Credit the tackle to Joaquin Alvarado, the junior's first of the season.
So now a second down here, a gain of none.
Perny Luna put on the back pedal. Scott Brooks and the Canutillo Eagles. Now with everything riding high. The snap taken in by Gasca. Gonna run it up the gut towards the right. Gonna gain just 1 yard. Looks like he pushed a little further. Nonetheless, it's going to make it. Third down. And a timeout taken.
I want to call it 3rd and 5 here. Really take their first timeout with 1:53 to go here. So Canutillo taking a timeout, wanting to kind of figure out what they're going to do on offense. It's 3rd and 5 here. They're on the opponent's 45-yard line, and they feel like they can get a first down and still score. There's 1:53 left. They have 2 timeouts left. The ball's in your court. The ball's working in your favor, and everything has been working for you. The pass game, the run game. So to me, I think they're looking for the right pass play, the right chance to take a shot in the end zone and then get the first down after that. If you fail that, through the run game. So pass and then run game is what I'm expecting coming out of this timeout.
In these past 2 games, the Canutillo Eagles have put up 11 points in the second quarter. That is the most that they put up in a second quarter. Third down and medium. The target, the 35. The line of scrimmage, the 40. The Mustangs drop 1. Takes a snap. 2 backs on both sides. Gasca stepping up, looking, throwing. Huerta wide open. Past the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. The Canutillo Eagles flock into the end zone.
So a 40-yard touchdown reception there by number 2, Rene Huerta. Wow.
Rene Huerta finding the end zone once again for the Canutillo Eagles. It's the senior's second touchdown of the night and second touchdown of the game entirely. (27-3), 1 minute, 44 seconds to play. On for the extra point, Fernie Lopez has been perfect, 3 for 3 tonight. The snap, the hold, the fake. Gasca looking to throw it. Dropping back, throws it into the end zone. Incomplete. Went up 27-3, trying to avoid the dreaded curse of 28-3, but the fake just doesn't work.
The dreaded curse of 28-3.
That's just history.
That's how I know I'm getting old, because I didn't even know that existed until right now. That looked like a boneheaded play.
You never watched Super Bowl 51?
Yes, I did, but how does that apply to high school football? Be serious, folks. How does that apply to high school football? Second of all, you put up 28 points pretty much in the first quarter, and you go for 2? What are you doing, man? And that would really piss me off if I was those Burgess Mustangs. You still go and try to take 2 on us? What are you doing, man? You're up big, and you've been easily scoring on us. Why on earth are you trying to go for 2 there? Just kick the field goal. Just kick the field goal. It seems like the much better thing to do, in my opinion. It kind of hurts my feelings if I were a Burgess Mustang and they go for 2. Is like, you're up big. What else? What do you need this for? But yeah. So I guess we're avoiding the 28-3 now, and Canutillo is going to kick the ball off to the Burgess Mustangs with 1:44 left in the half.
Well, the keys that you can make is that these are the moments to take risks. You're up big. You want to see if a fake play works, just in case you need it later down in the season. Why not try it now? No,
you're definitely right. I think that. In my opinion, though, I think that the situation probably could have come up earlier. You know, you scored 14 points within like the first 3 minutes of the game. Do it then.
No flags, an announcement made by the ref.
No flag on that last
just
point
updated the
after
board again.
attempt. Yeah, the board does this weird thing where it'll kind of turn on and off and do its own thing. But Canutillo Eagles now kicking the ball off.
1 minute, 44 seconds to go. Leading 27-3. Here we go. Off the hands, muffed. However, able to recover it. Down, not even to the 20. And Juan Lalo Carrillo absolutely jumps on top of it. Nowhere to go to Tyree Lewis, who got a nice rebound off Nezahul Cisneros.
Yeah, Tyree Lewis is probably gonna get in trouble there by coach because he receives the punt, he receives the kickoff, and he starts running, and then he makes a very conscious decision to take a turn to the right side and try to attack that side where Lalo Carrillo was, and well, it didn't work out well for him. He can't find the corner, he can't make a miss. Lalo Carrillo's not going to miss an open tackle like that. Stops you there. Now you're on your own 47-yard line.
1 minute, 33 seconds to work with. At the bottom of the second quarter, bottom of the first half. Fake it, looking, throwing, screen pass. Lalo misses a tackle, something rare to see, but the rest of the reinforcement Eagle defense is there for the play to bring down Donovan Freeman.
Call that a gain of 3 there by Donovan Freeman. Good job to get a reception there and get as many yards as you can. You know, I saw a very similar play like that one ran by the Urban Rockets last week, where they would just throw it out to the flats. They'd have 2 receivers. They'd throw it out to the 2 receiver side. One of them would run out for a route. One would stay stationary at the line of scrimmage, and it would usually result in a gain of about 6 or 7. So that one didn't result in a gain of as much. They're calling it still 2nd and 10, so gain of nothing there.
27-3 the score. 2nd and 10. Cover 2 brought on by the Canutillo Eagles. Man in motion. Handed off on the jet sweep. Nothing to work with for Jaden Bowser. Makes it 3rd down and long. Seems as though the Canutillo Eagles are going to let the clock wind a little bit, reaching under 1 minute and 10 seconds to be exact, 1 minute 12.
Yeah, no, they'll keep going here. For some reason, just 3rd and long. Burges Mustangs with the ball.
3rd down.
59 seconds left. Canutillo's going to receive the ball if they can. Well, they still have timeouts to stop the clock. That's the interesting part.
Canutillo has 2 timeouts to work with in the first half. A little bit of a stop on field. No signals from the ref yet.
43 seconds. The clock was winded down all the way to 43 seconds. And it looks like
the trend just continues. Problem with the scoreboard.
Wow.
Timeout taken. The Burgess Mustangs. They're last.
They're last of the half here. They took 2 super early. That was really surprising to us. And now they take the last one here, looking for what to do on 3rd and 10. 3rd and long here. At least I'd call it 3rd and 13.
Well, quite frank, do you even ponder passing the ball? The last time you went long, it was an interception by part of Mark Sanchez. How do you rebound from that? And the mentality for Marcus Sanchez, the junior, how do you even erase that from your mind?
Yeah, first off, you need to look to the next play. I think that as a quarterback, you can't really afford to be looking in the rear view mirror to bad plays that you've made. If you want to have a more successful passing game, I think you need to go through your progressions a little better. I think that Marcus Sanchez is just kind of heaving it up to the first guy that looks like he might be open in the near future, and that hasn't worked out well for him. He's only completed a fair amount of passes, most importantly a 45-yarder that set up that field goal, but you've had a lot of miscues on the passing game, and I know you want to correct that.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 12 to be exact. They go screen, and no surprise here, the pass isn't going to work out to Tyree Lewis.
Yeah, Jared Gamez. I talked about that linebacker room for the Canutillo Eagles. Is that middle linebacker room and the linebackers in general? They're extremely, extremely talented. Guys like Theodore Lachlan, outside linebacker. In that instance, number 22, Josh Arzola, linebacker. Other guys in that linebacker room, outside linebacker number 20, Jared Gamez. He's a junior. These guys are extremely talented. They know what to do. They know what they're doing. And it looks like that'll be the end of the half there with
timeouts of the first half. It's over and done with, 27-3. Both teams go into the locker room. The Burgess Mustangs really having to regroup if they want to change the narrative in this rivalry. So far, 27-3 the score from Mustang Stadium. Second half coming right up in a little. You're watching 600 ESPN El Paso. I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro. With me, Alberto, Urueta.
And we're back to the featured game of the week here at the Burges Football Stadium. The Burges Mustangs down right now to the Canutillo Eagles. Canutillo leading this one 27-3 at the start of the second half. What do you think, Sebastian, about the first half? How did you see it? What did you think? And what are you looking forward to here in the second?
Domination by Canutillo on all sides. Defensively, they were dominant. They gave up their first points of the season. However, a strong performance by Eduardo Lado Carrillo. One interception, found the end zone one time. And that run game by Canutillo has been immense. Uncoverable by the Burges Mustangs.
Yeah, they're rushing for 117 yards estimated on 12 attempts, right? So that's phenomenal there. They're running and churning their way to a win here as this one gets past number 82 for the Burges Mustangs, who kneels it in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Tyree Lewis getting it into the end zone. We'll see the Burges Mustangs at the top of the second half. Only 3 points put up. A momentous drive, however, just not able to finish the job.
Yeah, their rush game is just not what they wanted to be, right? They've been able to get a few drives going, but none of them, have finished the way they've wanted them to. So one of those drives featured a 45-yard pass between Marcus Sanchez and Jaden Bowser that sets up that field goal to score the first 3 points there on the Canutillo Eagles. And now Burgess with the ball here, 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line.
First down and 10 after the touchback. Eagles show cover 2. Man in motion. Hand it off up the gut. Luke Dexter Quinn. He's going to go for 6 yards on first down and 10, make it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, good pickup there. Great way to start the half. 6-yard pickup makes that 2nd and 4.
Luke Dexter Quinn, a solid season, a solid night before coming into the night. Just 9 total yards for the senior.
It'd be interesting to see how the pass game really develops here. It's kind of been the entire offense for the Burges Mustangs. Sounds weird to say. They just have only approximately 13 rushing yards. Once you factor in all the sacks, all the tackles for a loss, you only have 13 positive yards.
Man in motion, takes the snap up high, looking, throwing. Sanchez contested, but able to complete it. Let's see if they give it to him. Just short. The pass completed to the Burges Mustangs. Ibrahim Taha. 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, I call that a gain of 3. It was